And speaking of evolution, you've had some experiences with Ric Flair. I know you gave him a steroid shot at one point. You partied with him over the course of a couple days. What are some of your memories of Flair?
So Flair, my interaction with him started at a backstage chance meeting in Anaheim Pond. We went backstage. I think it was me and Rick and Matt Weesey. Who I said, you know what? I'm just going to go say hi and introduce myself. It just so happened that so Chris Jericho, Triple H, and Ric Flair had the same PR person as I did. And her name was Nicole Nasser. And I went to a morning show called Cold Pizza, and it was used to be on ESPN, I believe. And when I walked into the green room, there was Rick, and he said, "Hey, I'm going to be." We talked in the green room before we both went out for our segments, and he said, "I'm going to be in LA on this date," and he goes, "Give me a call," and he gave me his number. And so I called him a couple weeks later. I called him and he answered, and he said, "I'm going to be up here for a week. I got the wife here right now, but she's flying back to Charlotte, and I'm just going to be here by myself." And I said, "All right." So I mean, it wasn't anything, earth shattering. We hung out by the pool and drank, and he wasn't. I don't hate to disappoint people, but he wasn't dancing on the bar with the robe on and all. It's funny because I hear all these stories about him partying and people not being able to keep up with him and all this, but he was very reserved, very reserved. We were down at the bar in the hotel. He was getting back. I mean, I know that's odd to hear, but he was like, "Nah, I got to turn in. I got an early day tomorrow." And I said, "Okay." And I mean, and he did that several nights. Um, so I don't know. I mean, it's just hard to believe that everybody's on all the time for 50 years of your life. You know what I'm saying? Where they're constantly, you need to unwind at some point.
How
But
was he with the ladies?
yeah, I mean, he was just, I mean, no different than any that you or I would be standing at the bar. If there's a pretty gal there, he was talking to her. You know what I'm saying? And did I see him going up to the room with anybody? No, but did I see him conversing and having a good time? And and one thing I will say about the guy is that he was very respectful. When I would see him, was dating a girl at the time. Her name was Lisa Ligon, and she had a dance group that did a lot of Harley Davidson conventions, and they were called the Perfect Angels. And we went out with Rick to a nightclub in LA, and I remember her saying to me, she goes, "I've never met Rick before, but he's just a very, very nice guy." Yeah, and we would witness him. He's very into what the girls were doing, and it was just, I mean, I had a good experience with him.
Now you also popped a girl's zit in front of him, I guess.
I
Were you
probably,
trying to impress him?
I don't know if I was the first person to ever gross Ric Flair out, but this girl walked up to us. We were at the Viceroy, at the pool at the Viceroy, and we were just laying there, and these girls were talking. They recognized him, and they were talking because I mean it was hard not to recognize him. I mean, with the blonde hair and everything, and he's a pop culture guy. And this girl, and I remember she was a good-looking gal, but she kept complaining. She's like, "Oh God, I got this thing on my back," and I'm like, "Well, let's see it." And so she turned around, and it was a blackhead, and I just said, "Well, hold on, I think it's a blackhead. Let me get it." And God, and Rick, I just thought, I would want somebody to do that for me. I mean, I'm no skin doctor, but I popped this blackhead, man, and it was God, it was anyway. It about grossed Rick out, and I think he had a whole new respect for me after that. He was like, shit, I could run with this guy. He's not afraid of anything. So
Was he trying to encourage you at all to get into wrestling, or did that even come up in the subjects?
no, we didn't. I didn't bring it up. I think it might have come up once where had known, and he might have found out through somebody because I didn't talk about it much. I don't. I mean, Devin, it's been 16 years. The only time any of my wrestling past or being involved with people has come up just recently. I don't discuss it. And I sure as hell didn't discuss it then. So I think somebody had brought it up to him that I used to train, and he asked me something about it and said something, if you ever want to, hop in the ring, but we left it at that.
And I think this is the first time you're actually discussing your wrestling past on camera. So
yeah,
it's my first part of convincing you to come to Great North Wrestling when the lockdown ends and get in the ring.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please like this video if you enjoyed it and click the subscribe button to not miss any of our latest shoot interviews, match videos, or news updates. Support us on patreon.com for $1.99 a month to watch our full shoot interviews ad-free and help our channel grow. Follow us on Twitter at the Hannibal TV for instant updates.